Skating better and getting pucks deep, putting the puck deep.
Put pucks in deep.
He's chipping pucks. He's getting pucks deep.
Getting a lot of pucks deep. Getting pucks deep.
Just put the puck deep.
Getting pucks out. Getting pucks deep.
Get pucks deep. Wear them down.
Get pucks in.
Pucks in.
Pucks in deep.
Puck deep. Pucks deep. Keep getting pucks deep and deep.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pucks and Deep podcast. My name is Ollie, also known as Brown Vetchkin, also known as Dark Chocolate. I'm here with the Sleepernator himself, also known as Parker, and the Junior C legend and second assist merchant, Kylan.
Secondaries. That's Lane Hudson. Don't.
Nah, it's you, buddy.
Me.
I went to your game on Thursday, got a secondary assist.
I got one secondary assist that I did not deserve.
Yeah, secondary assist.
I did not touch the puck.
Secondary assist merchant.
They confused me for my D partner who made a beautiful breakout pass who wears 42. I wear 41.
Let's be honest, I've seen you get a couple secondary assists that you could not have gotten.
I never deserved them because they always confuse my number for my D partner who's actually good at hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just an absolute bum.
I go out there to hit people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kylan, want to start us off, buddy?
All right, so we got to start off with a topic that's a more serious topic than we usually do on this podcast. One that
looks so confused right now.
One that Hassie mentioned.
Yeah.
Just for our stance, because we don't want to get canceled any more than Parker already forces us to be. So it's in regards to the anthem booing. We at Pucks and Deep Podcast do not condone, support, or agree with any booing of any anthems. We believe that the anthem is meant to be there for the veterans who fought for the freedom to play the game, not for any political agendas that may be happening, no matter what's happening in the world. All peace and all love. Now, moving on from that. It's still our fucking game. Let's go.
I want to say it's so bad, man. I want to say it's so bad.
It's still our game.
Yeah.
Our game. So that Canada-US game, we're going to talk about that a lot right here. The Four Nations in general. Game's finished. We had some technical difficulties, so we couldn't talk about it the day after the Four Nations happened, which is probably good because we all kind of calmed down from it. We weren't going to kind of yell about it. So that was a great game, that Canada-US game. What do you think about it?
You guys want to start?
No, I want you to start.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I just talked for like 3 minutes straight, dude. You can talk. You're the quote-unquote host of this.
To all our American friends and all the shit talking we got, man. Oh, is it sweet for us to win? Oh, is it sweet for us? Now, yes, I understand. All the comments were completely, it was taken out of context, I'll be honest. That was kind of my fault for the clip. Whatever, right? Great rage bait.
Funny.
Great rage bait. It's our game. You can't tell me anything else. Connor McDavid is gonna become the greatest player to ever touch a puck.
Okay, that's a little much.
That's a little much.
And you know what? Just everything around it, because let's be honest, this was a political game. You hate it or love it. It was a political game.
It was a
very political game. Canadians needed a win. We needed a win. I'm sorry, man. You'll never take our country, and you'll never take our game.
Again.
All right, that's Allie's opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still Canada's game. I don't think there'll be a change in that, but it's more or less just the fact of Canada just it was a very evenly matched game, but then that overtime play happened and there was one deciding factor, and that his name is Jordan Binnington.
Yeah.
I had to say a huge apology to Jordan Binnington.
Okay, yeah, actually, we probably should have started off this. That's probably the more pressing issue.
Yeah,
Jordan Binnington, I sincerely apologize.
For our previous sayings. I did not recognize your game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your game.
I didn't know we went back to your rookie year.
We're understanding it now, my friend.
Yeah.
We are understanding it now.
Yeah.
You are clearly number one, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, maybe not number one,
No,
but
he's number one.
No.
Kylan, did you see that overtime performance?
In Canada, it depends on if he's consistent, then yes. But
Okay, here's the thing why I'm saying Jordan Binnington's number one is because if you look
are you
at
saying
Jordan,
number one in Canada or number one in the tournament?
number one in Canada.
Oh, okay. I think you said tournament. I'd be like, dude, you're putting him over Hellebuck. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hellebuck to me is still
What
number
the heck
one
are you
in the
talking
tournament.
about?
Number one in Canada. The reason why I'm saying he's number one in Canada is, yes, Jordan Binnington is very inconsistent, but when the lights shine the brightest, he somehow always plays his best. And you can't say anything else. When the lights are the brightest, he somehow always finds a way to just become prime Carey Price. Yes, I have to make this about Carey Price.
I would like to apologize to Jordan Binnington for my opinions beforehand. I still don't think he's number one of Canadian goaltenders, though. I think he's number two. I still think Thompson's better.
After that performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
I
on
still
the
think
Binner
Thompson's
train.
better.
I'm on the Binner train.
I'm not saying Binner's a bad goaltender.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not a fantastic goaltender. I'm not saying he didn't win us that tournament.
But
he easily
Okay.
won us that tournament
You know
on
what?
those
Let's be
four
honest
shots he
here,
stopped.
Ali will hop on the dick of anybody who just recently had a good performance.
Yes.
So-
Yes, he will.
Okay, no.
Ali is known to hop more dicks than a Colombian prostitute.
Yeah.
All right, look. The reason why I'm saying now, with all due respect to Thompson, whatever.
Again.
Okay, with all due respect to Thompson, he hasn't really had a moment where he's gotten in a clutch time. You know what I mean? Like, even during Vegas's run, he was injured until in the mid-Edmonton series, right? It was Ian Hill who got clutch time.
This was supposed to be his clutch time, and then
Thompson
politics.
never got his shot at a clutch time moment.
Don't worry. He'll be there next Olympics. He'll be there.
I think it's just playoffs.
Playoffs and then the
Yeah.
next Olympics.
Let's be honest. I think it's the
He'll be there.
playoffs.
He'll be there.
I think Bennington has been in these clutch moments, and hasn't failed once. You can't tell me there's one clutch moment where he
it
hasn't
was really
failed,
funny.
besides when Kadri took out his knee.
I saw a post and it was talking about Bennington having just these clutch moments and these just winning appearance, and it's like he's won 3 championships. He won the WHL championship with the Memorial Cup. Was it Memorial Cup or was it the OHL Cup? It was one of the two.
He won the OHL Cup with the Owen Sound Attack.
Yeah, he won with
That
them
team was not supposed to be there either.
in 2011, and then he won the Stanley Cup with the Blues, and then now he's won the Four Nations. So I get it, he's won, he's passed, but a lot of these junior guys have won. Like you can say what you want about like, oh, he has a winning history, but every guy who makes the NHL has been winning at some point or another in their life.
Yeah.
Whether it's AAA championships or junior championships, or even some guys over in the KHL. The thing is, like, you don't get to the NHL without being the best of the best. And even the fourth line guys were top line guys at some point or another. So it's one of those things where you can't just say, the only way I'm taking it saying he's a pure winner is if you look at someone like Crosby with Crosby's record of a 26 and whatever it was, or whatever the fuck his record is now. Like, however great his record is now. That's the only way I'm looking at if you're saying he's a winning culture. Now, I'm not saying by any means that Binner is a bad goaltender. He is still, out of those 3 goaltender, I'm very happy with Binner in there for that end portion. And
Which is hilarious, because like if you told us that 3 days
Yeah,
before,
100%, like,
we were shitting on Bennington.
Well,
I mean,
we weren't
at the
shitting
start
on him, but we were skeptical about
After
how
that
he was-
Canada USA game,
Yes, we
man, we
were.
were
Yeah, we were.
on.
No,
Yeah, it's like,
it
is
was-
Bennington the guy? Why didn't Thompson get in here? Blah blah blah.
Well,
right? Like,
because if you look at that first game, those 2 goals were weak goals. The first one especially was an awful goal by Bennington
Horrid.
for that 5
That was
goal.
the difference.
And,
That was
and the
bad,
second goal, yeah, he has to shoot a little bit, but still, you have to have that shooter when your defenseman take that middle guy. You have to take that shooter, and you have to have that guy. But it's one of those where every once in a while, goaltenders just surprise you, and goaltenders can steal games very easily. I still think that Thompson should have been there, but that's not saying anything bad about Binnington. But if you look at this before the tournament started, they started off and he was ranked like 8th or 9th in the tournament for goaltenders. Like out of them all, they had Aiden Hill at 6th, was the highest Canadian goaltender, and then Montembeault even put it right above him at 8th. So we started who was supposed to be statistically our worst goaltender at every single game. He was the only goaltender who played every single minute of every single game for any team. And while I would have loved to see Aiden Hill play because I think his setup was the nicest in the tournament.
that's the only reason why you wanted him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Realistically, yes.
Yeah.
And as I would love to see that, I don't think that it was the right choice. Look, in hindsight, to take Binner out of that net. But Samuel Montembeault is a world champion, my friend. The Samuel Montembeault somehow is a world champion for not stepping on the ice at all during league play.
Yep. Greatest player to ever play
For Team Canada.
I love
He didn't even suit up for warm-ups.
every time it's like was it the kid that got an A in the school project but didn't do anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
AKA Evan.
Yes. Actually, no. He's doing a lot right now. Actually,
Actually, he is. Yeah, he's gonna be.
He's a hard worker.
I know.
that's Parker. That's the slacker.
You're right. It is Parker.
I mean,
But no,
can't really deny it
that
too
game
much,
there.
but-
And again, I think that the U.S.'s best player in the tournament. I don't talk about who we think each team's best player was in the tournament. I'm gonna start off with the U.S. Their best player in the tournament, as much as it pains me to say it,
yeah, it was
Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah.
Easily their best player in the tournament.
He was incredible, yes, but I would argue Jake Gensel.
No.
Gensel was so good, dude.
Gensel was fantastic, but if you look at if I'm looking for someone who, whenever
right.
on the
Kachuk
ice,
was an impact
had
player.
an impact, Kachuk, whether it was throwing a hit.
I was telling you guys were hating on Brady Kachuk, man. He is good.
Hey,
He's different.
He's different.
He's not just throwing hits.
He plays hockey the right way. He plays it hard. I don't like some of the antics he pulls in the NHL when he's wearing that C. In my opinion, if you're wearing that captain C, you have to hold yourself to a higher standard than the other players, and you can't be pulling some of the stuff he does. That's why Matthew Rempe will never be a captain in the NHL.
That's a really hot take there.
Matt Rempe being a captain in the NHL.
Very hot take, Kylan. Burning hot take.
Get a load of this guy.
Yeah, like, dude.
Anyways,
I'm stunned.
Brady Kachuk was, in my opinion, by far their most impactful and best player out there.
Yeah.
Actually, Matt Rempe could be a captain in like the VIHL or something.
He's overage for the VI.
Oh,
Dumbass.
Shoot. He could be a captain in Pee Wee 5.
The EC,
You know?
the Fed, the Federal Professional Hockey, the FBHL.
Shoot, dude, if he were to join our team right now, like our beer league team, he'd be captain.
Shit, well, no shit he would be, because he's still a professional athlete, dumbass. He's still making money from playing hockey. That's more than any of our bums can say.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, we're spending money to play hockey.
Yeah,
we are.
Brady Kachuk, easily best player for U.S. I want to go into Sweden. Sweden, who do you think is their best player of the whole tournament?
Ooh, I like that logo.
That is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That is,
just wanna show
I
you that.
really
I forgot about
like
that.
that. I really like that.
You guys will see it soon. Don't worry.
That is nice.
So for Sweden, that's a great one.
Who do you think is Sweden's best player in the tournament?
I don't know, honestly. Who to say? It's a tough one.
There's a part of me.
I'd probably say
It's like Ullmark and Gustafsson both had their highlights.
Gustafsson. I'd say Gustafsson.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I'm gonna give it to Ekholm. I really like the way he played.
Yeah, Ekholm played really
really
well.
like
Ekholm was
Ekholm.
solid. He was solid.
Again, actually, sorry, I want to go back for the U.S. Jacob Slavin. Jacob Slavin is my guy. The way Jacob Slavin, dude, I'm sorry. If Jacob Slavin wasn't in that game, he saved like 3 goals there. That one, Crosby had a wide open backdoor, and he was right there.
Yeah,
like Jacob Slavin to
Slavin
me
is pretty good, but
Slavin's a positionally sound player. I still, comparatively to the impact Brady Kachuk had, I don't think it's comparable.
yeah.
I would say Slavin was more impactful than Brady. I'll say it.
No.
I as much as I hate to
Slavin
say it
was
because
so
I'm
good.
not a big Brady Kachuk fan, but I do have to say I think he had the most impact for that American team.
Yeah, he was all over the ice. He was making defensive plays. He was
Yeah,
scoring
he
the
was-
goals. He was throwing hits when he needed to.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
He played like a proper power forward. in my
Yes.
Good
opinion.
Swedish. Do you want to go Finnish?
Sweden. I'd probably say Gustafsson. Finnish. Is there really a question here?
Barkov.
Barkov.
I was gonna go Mikhail Granlund. He had a great tournament.
Granlund had a great
Granlund
tournament.
had a great tournament.
But if you're looking both ends of the ice, Barkov.
And you know,
it was Barkov and the school kids for a reason.
this is gonna be a
Yeah.
dumb one to say, but Henry Jokiharju had a great, tournament.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
who also
He's
had a
good.
great tournament? Kevin Lankinen, guys.
He did. We gotta talk about that extension. That's
Yeah,
another
yeah,
one.
we'll talk about
That's
this.
not actually a bad
We'll talk-
deal.
we'll talk about that in a
I'm
second
I'm
here.
not upset with that.
We'll talk about that in a second here.
I know it's on the list, so
It is. Now the final team, and this is gonna be a harder one for us to do. Team Canada. Who do
Canada.
you think was Team Canada's
are we talking overall tournament?
overall tournament?
Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
I'd say
Nathan
McKinnon
McKinnon was
Crosby.
also the most fun player to watch.
or Crosby. I'd say certain moments Crosby.
I'm going McKinnon.
yeah, probably.
Frankly,
Nathan
in
McKinnon.
that final game, McKinnon had more of an impact than Crosby. That's the reason why I give McKinnon
in
the
the
edge.
final game, yes. Overall in the tournament, I think Crosby had a little more of an edge.
No, I'd give McKinnon. McKinnon was the best for
I think
4 games.
McKinnon was by far the most entertaining player to watch.
Entertaining, yes. I'd say it depends on
But-
the way you look at it. I think Crosby had a fantastic tournament that I don't think can be overlooked.
I'm so glad D-Dog's not here. You know exactly what he was going to say.
Josh Morrissey.
Top 3 defensemen.
We love you, D-Dog.
Absolute beauty.
We love you, D-Dog.
Yeah, to me, it was Nathan McKinnon.
Also, those comments, D-Dog on those videos, D-Dog caught so many strays.
I was gonna say, man,
so somebody
yo.
sat there and said, "Dude can hear colors," and he's like, "Dude, my ears aren't even that big."
Didn't D-Dog dive into the comments and respond to like
Yes.
everyone?
I was,
Yes.
yeah, you can't respond to those, man. Those are funny though.
Yeah.
Said, "Stay mad."
There were
told
some
him.
good ones, dude. My favorite one was pucks and deep isn't the only thing these guys like deep.
Yeah, well,
That was a good one.
one
That was a good
of
one.
them was one of
Yeah,
them literally
that
said they should
was a
change their
good
names. Their boyfriend, they like their boyfriends in deep.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
That is pretty
That was a
funny.
really good
That is
one.
pretty
The,
funny.
the funniest one I saw was actually more about the Japan joke you made, and it was them talking
my
about the
God,
fact he's like they're over here making Japan jokes when they're the reason that the Geneva Conventions exist.
Dude, and it's funny that people actually DM'd us too. That was the part that like
Wait,
shocked
people
me.
DM'd
Yes,
People
dude.
DM'd us.
Wait, did they actually?
Yeah, I'll show you them right now.
haven't
I had,
seen
the,
the
I had the
DMs.
worst
I haven't
urge
seen
to
the
respond
DMs.
to them after we won, but I was like, okay, you need to probably calm down again.
What were the DMs like?
Oh, just America the Great.
El Boo, America, you get whooped after selling a reel to us. Quote, have some class as you blew our national anthem. Keep your mouth shut and put some syrup in my waffles, good boy. Cry harder with American flags. Someone, Avalon, that's different. That's a buddy of ours.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about that one. Yeah, those are the three.
Those
There
three,
was-
right?
There's only three.
There's only
Yeah,
three.
we were gonna say there was only three.
There was only three.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, there was
the other
only
one
three.
we'll show you later.
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was DMs though. That's
I saw three, but that was it.
My favorite one is have some classes, you boo our anthem. Shut up and put some more syrup in my waffles,
waffles,
good boy.
brother reminds
Hey.
me of Patrick calling me a good boy. Dude.
I know, dude.
Dude, I
Shit.
took a shot of maple syrup after we won. I was so hyped.
Did you actually?
I did. I was so hyped. Dude,
You
I had a
fat
All
bugger.
right.
I was so
Okay,
hyped, bro.
Next topic. It's about Four Nations still.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit more about. So in the Four Nations, you saw so many injuries.
Yeah.
You know, Theodore's wrist broken. You have McAvoy with his whole shoulder and how that was handled. Him hospitalized in Massachusetts. You have Kachuk out for the
Okay,
season now.
Can I just say something about this though? Is Kylan, first of all, I fucking hate you. Just so you know this, right? Because of the team you cheer for. Everyone I'm seeing, so it's like Theodore. Oh, I don't know if he's gonna make it back this season.
Yeah.
Kachuk. I don't know if he's gonna be out for this season, but Paul Maurice says, oh, he'll be back. Ah, shucks, right? Does everyone knows exactly what's about to happen?
Yeah.
You're just gonna see a sudden
Actually-
influx of stars ready for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Kachuk maybe, but Kachuk was seriously injured after the Four Nations. Like Theodore is one thing with the
But
broken wrist, like
Kylan,
that can heal faster, but
what are the odds he's ready for Game 1? Let's
honestly-
be honest.
honestly probably 50-50. I'd say.
Really? You think it's that bad?
With the way Kachuk was injured, I'd say 50-50.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't playing.
From the reports I've seen, 50-50.
I mean, and Kachuk seems like one of those guys that he will die for his country. Like he will be out
Yeah,
there. So
he
the fact he
will-
was sitting on the bench was a little concerning.
Yeah. So
Same with McAvoy. That's another thing I want to talk about. McAvoy.
That's what I'm talking about.
So-
The injuries is in general is what I'm talking about. With McAvoy, especially the way the U.S. handled it, he injured himself Game 1, and they didn't handle it properly. And then Game 3, he had to be hospitalized because of it was like a blood clot or something.
So I want to talk about this because the U.S. team, the doctor stuff for the U.S. team was the Minnesota Wild, correct? I believe it was. Yes.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if you guys remember the Pat Maroon situation last year when Minnesota traded him to Boston too, and there was some missed medical files, and Boston was really pissed. So I don't know if there's going to be some action there or some draft picks fine, because if Dadonov got a draft pick from Ottawa, there has to be a couple. Like, this
I don't
is
know.
insane.
I don't know. All I know is that they didn't handle it very well. What I was getting to is there's all these injuries in the Four Nations. It's really not good.
Second of all, does that screw over Boston? Like, losing McAvoy is huge.
Yes.
Yeah, losing McAvoy
Yes.
is huge.
Do they make the playoffs?
No. No, I don't think so. Not with McAvoy. Unless McAvoy can get back in time.
I think it all
don't
depends on what type of Swayman we see. Because
I know.
beginning of the year, Swayman was horrid.
But McAvoy is the
That's not the
backbone
Swayman.
of the defense.
McAvoy is their
He's-
best defenseman. They
Yeah.
don't have a ton of other amazing defensemen.
Carlo, Lindholm, they've got some good
They
depth
have
there.
good ones, but they don't have another amazing defenseman like.
Yeah, McAvoy's top 5. Arguably top 3.
Top 5.
He's one of the
I
best.
said
defensemen in
arguably
the
top 3.
league.
He is top 5
By
guaranteed
far.
to me.
I wouldn't argue top 3. My top 3 still are Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, and then Adam Fox, and then I put McAvoy at 4th.
Yeah,
That's fair. I would
And
argue.
then
Same,
I put
but
Morrissey at 5th.
I
I might put
personally.
Quinn Hughes first.
Yeah, but
though. I have a little bit of bias.
Yours
I have a
underneath
little
Quinn
bit of
Hughes,
bias.
just mouth open, ready.
Yep.
But getting to the point I was trying to get to, do you think, what are the likelihoods you guys think of us ever seeing the Four Nations back again? Because personally, I think because the NHL, even though it's a commission that deals it, it's all the owners that does it. Personally, I think after what's happened with this, because the Four Nations was originally, at its core, they didn't think about this. I can almost guarantee they're thinking, okay, put in your country's flag. It's pretty fun. It's something different type thing. They didn't realize how hard these players were going to go for it.
Yeah.
Personally, I think we will never see a Four Nations again. I think it'll be World Cup of Hockey and Olympics every 2 years, and that'll be it.
Next year is a guaranteed All-Star break, even though we do have the Olympics.
Yeah.
It's going to be in New York, Long Island. Islanders are hosting it. I can't see this coming back.
I don't see the Four Nations ever coming back, and the reason for that is purely because you have these NHL athletes who are going to wear their country's crest, and they don't take it as like a little fun break.
Yeah.
They're taking it as full go bore.
Yeah.
And it's these star players, and a lot of them get injured. Like McAvoy's out now. Theodore's out now. You got, Makar was sick as well for a while.
Morrissey seemed to caught the same illness.
Morrissey's not doing great now either. Quinn Hughes is still injured, but that was beforehand.
Yeah, well, he's just practicing.
There's so many different injuries that have come out of this.
Dude, when they announced Quinn Hughes might be back, it was like a WWE entrance. It was like, no. I was like...
Coming from the grave, dude.
I know, right? It's like, wait, Quinn Hughes is here? It's like...
It's the fucking Undertaker.
I could just see... I'm like, how is this allowed? No.
Well, it's one of those... I don't think we will ever see the Four Nations back again.
No.
What do you guys think?
To be fair, I think it's also Bettman compensating for robbing us of 9 years of this.
Yeah, but the difference is I don't think we'll ever see it back again because it's too
but
taxing.
I think that's the reason why it's been
season.
there is because
the Olympics is always after the season's done.
Yeah,
the Olympics is always is way after the season's done. There's no break from it. It's way after the season's done usually, isn't it?
No, it's in February.
Is it in February? This
yes. Yes, but the thing is,
in years past, it's been freaking May.
The reason why it originally happened was because I think there was some argument about injury insurance, right? Basically, what happened was Tavares got a season injury for the Islanders, and it screwed them over, right? You can look back in 2006, where I believe Dominik Hasek fell down for the Sens, and obviously that Sens team was a Stanley Cup contender. You take Hasek out, they're no longer a real contender, right?
Yeah.
Those things can screw over teams big time. Those injuries, right?
Yeah, but we're seeing it
so
with the
that's
Four
the reason.
Nations.
That's the reason why Olympics are a little squishy. That's why I don't think the Four Nations will happen. Is because if you're going to do the Four Nations, what do you do it every other year?
No, because
So
every other year's for World Cup of Hockey. They're doing it's Olympics.
Exactly. So you already have World Cup
and
hockey.
then 2 years later is World Cup of Hockey, and then 2 years later
is just like the Four Nations was just a little treat for Bettman. Just be like, hey, real international hockey. What a perfect time for me to bring it up, right? We're gonna go back to the Olympics.
Which is like if you
now
look at
again,
it,
when they did announce it, I don't think they expected the entire Canada
what I
USA
was-
storyline either. Because that's what really fed into it.
I also don't think they expected the players to go so hard. Like if you watch any game, the only game that had the most hits was the Canada US ones. Like the Finland Sweden one was a rivalry, but it wasn't as politically charged. So like it was like, oh, I'm gonna hit you, yada yada yada. Canada Sweden was like, oh, I'm gonna play hard type thing, but they weren't like taking runs. Canada US were just giving her full bore. Like they were just getting on that and giving her
like 3 fights in the first 9 seconds of the game.
That was a great game.
Like
the one time we did a watch along pod,
you got so angry.
I did. I was a little.
You were fuming.
We booed their anthem and they tried to take our maple syrup and it did not go well.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Which, again, we don't condone.
We
the
don't
anthem
condone booing
booing.
the anthems. Don't boo the anthems, please, people.
I think we should have made a bet. You know, we should have definitely made the bet. Loser had to annex their country.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, we'll take California just as a.
No.
Yeah, I'm
If
okay with that.
anything, take Alaska. If anything,
I'd
take
like
Alaska.
to know that
Actually,
mine
yeah,
and
that's a good one. I'm
Kylan's
okay with that.
opinions are separate from what Ali says.
Yeah, we do not agree with what Ali is saying.
Again, this podcast is all jokes, nothing serious.
This is a comedic podcast.
This is
It is
a comedian podcast.
but still, we
but I don't think we'll ever see the Four Nations again. I think it's done because it's gonna be Four Nations next year's Olympics, then it'll be World Cup of Hockey. Then they'll wait 2 years.
Yeah.
Then because they're gonna alternate every 2 years. They'll wait 2 years because the Olympics wait 2 years World Cup of Hockey Olympics, 2 years World Cup of Hockey Olympics.
Yeah.
But my question is, what do you guys think they're gonna do in that interim time?
All-Star game.
yeah, I want the All-Star game back, but I don't want to have another.
I don't want the skills competition.
kind of like Kucherov, just
That's the thing. The
pissing
skills
around
competition.
during the skills competition.
The people don't like the skills competition. So what you do rather than doing that, do a tournament like this.
Yeah.
Do it per make it like do it per conference.
Yeah.
So do like a Pacific All-Stars team. First off, you can see more All-Stars, for example.
division, yeah.
And you do a 5-on-5 tournament. That's the way to fix it. Do 5-on-5.
No.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that would end up well.
Okay, so first of all, I will say the 2024 All-Star Game, first of all, the skills competition format was amazing because like McDavid was putting in there, and the fact, again, you need your best players to try. The fact McDavid was trying at his best for that skills competition in Toronto, I felt that was a good skills competition, personally, right?
Yeah, but the players don't like it.
2024?
The players
but in
don't like
2024
it.
But you know what? It was at least a good skills competition, and the players are trying.
Not all
What
the
I
players.
will
Like
say-
Kucherov.
Yeah.
Kucherov didn't participate. There was only 8 players in there. So, I'm okay with the skills competition format. The way they did it last year, you take the 8 best players, you put $1 million on the line, let's call it a day. As for the All-Star game, I say you stick with 3-on-3. I don't think 5-on-5.
No.
No, I think 5-on-5.
3-on-3 is so there's more room for the players to move, but it's so boring. It's because especially when you put prize money up like they always do with the All-Star game. If you do 3-on-3, players are going to actually play like it's real hockey, so they're going to be doing the whole I'm going to slow it down, glide around, make these drop passes, this, that, the other thing. It's boring. I don't watch the All-Star game because it's players gliding around. There's a couple of bursts of speed around, a couple nice moves.
It's just like
Other
why
than that-
3-on-3 overtime kind of sucks.
Well, but that I like because there's tension in it. There's
tension
nothing.
because it's only 5 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
there's literally nothing.
So-
There's no need for 3-on-3.
Here's
It's the
my
most
thing.
boring thing ever. If you want more ice, do 4-on-4.
What if we do a mini Four Nations? And we do like a one
just
day.
do a 4 Nations format with all-star teams.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, well, yeah.
I think you do that.
You
Divide it.
So are you gonna make them
do-
play 3 games each?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd play that hard though. That's the thing. It's like
Yeah,
guys, there's
no, but-
a difference when you play for your country and when you play for your division.
But
right?
you change
guess,
it
but still.
slightly. So I'm not saying do a full game of 20-minute periods. I'm saying do like 2 halves of like make them like 20-minute halves and make them give 2 halves. Make a 40-minute game.
yeah.
Do it not exactly like the NBA did for the All-Star game because that was atrocious.
So my proposition.
But like if you do like 2 20-minute
no
halves,
defense game?
yeah. If you do 2 20-minute halves for that, and you do 5-on-5, the players still get a chance to breathe. They get all this, but they also it's at the end it's like a 40-minute to an hour game, and they still get a chance to go home.
So
And you could if you do 40 minutes to an hour game, each team can play what they can do. If you do it over a weekend, so do a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You can have your entire tournament done by Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can have Friday they play 1 game, Saturday they play 2 games, and then Sunday is the finals and bronze medal, like the final game.
what if we
That's it.
do the
Boom,
one day?
weekend
So
done.
we go back to the one day format.
All-Star weekend back.
I just want to know what you guys think because this is my proposition here. You do the one day format again, right? Where you just do the 2 games and then winner goes into the final. But what if we do like actual nations there? So 3-on-3, 4 nations and mini 4 nations.
No.
because if no matter what, if you give
You're gonna play
NHL
too
players,
hard if you have
give
the
NHL
press.
players their
If
flag
you
on the
got
front
the
of their
flag
chest,
on you.
3-on-3, less hitting.
No, you think Brady Kachuk's not going to run around and try and smoke someone? Don't matter where we're going
That
with
is
this.
fair. That is fair.
It's like, and that's not a knock towards Brady. As soon as you put these professional athletes and give anything to do with their country, they have so much pride. They're going to
Yeah.
be giving it full bore out. It's
Yeah.
not going to change a thing. So I'm saying do it for a conference. Do 5-on-5. Do 20-minute halves. Do 2 halves.
U.S. is just going to put out a lineup of Kachuk, Miller, and then
Yeah, just be fights the whole time. That's the other thing. If you ever do anything like this again, make it international rules, not NHL rules.
I agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we shouldn't have fighting.
I don't care about the fight.
Like-
The fighting is fun. It's a great thing to watch. It hypes the fans up. I get it. It's 100%. I'm not worried about that. What I'm thinking is the fact of we're seeing all these injuries now. You keep full NHL rules in there because international rules are a lot tighter. They're a lot more tight on the how many steps you take for the hits,
Yeah.
the little shoves after hits. I get why they did them. The things that was what I was meaning when I said quote unquote cheap shots with the little shoves. I get they keep intensity up, but in international play they call everything too strict on that.
Yeah.
I agree
and
with
what
that.
it does is it'll protect the players from injury, and then they don't have to worry
Exactly.
about that for the teams, and the teams will be happier.
Now, with all due respect to Bettman, I can't believe I'm defending Bettman and the guys who made this tournament. When they did make this tournament last summer, I don't think they expected to
No.
have this much tension and this
Yeah.
much.
Well,
because like let's be honest, when
to
you
be
look at
fair,
2016, yes, Canada USA was a good game, but there wasn't any tension. Like you hate each other, but you hate each other as hockey teams, right?
To be
It's
f-
not
What
politically
is it?
charged that was.
To
like
be
this.
fair, they should have expected it. Not
No.
not like expected it to be that politically charged, but they should have expected the players to go as hard as they did.
Oh,
This
I
is the
agree.
first time in 9 years you're giving your players their country's flag on their chest.
But like you also have to look at the fact that let's be honest, it being politically charged and the crowds being in there probably had a factor to do with it.
I'm not
do you
saying
think
it
there's
didn't.
fights if, like, let's be honest. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm giving
they
a
had a group
hypothetical
chat.
situation. 51st State is never mentioned in everything. Do you think there's going to be a fight?
Yes, there's a group chat.
No. But Kylan. Sorry, I'm just saying. Look, Trump doesn't do the tariffs. He doesn't have the 51st State. There's no anthem booing. Do you think there's fights?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
The Matthew Kachuk, Brandon Hagel one, yes, because they have previous beef going on there.
I don't
think there's fights if there's no booing and if there's no real politically charged.
I think there's still fights. I just don't think there's 3 fights in 9 seconds.
I don't think the Brady Kachuk and the Miller fight happened. I think that Hagel and
I think it would have
and
been
Matthew
a little bit
one-
more respectful. I still think they'd fight. Like, they'd still play their game. But I think it would be more hockey focused instead of trying to beat someone up.
Yeah, that Matthew Hagel fight was going to happen no matter what.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Matthew was looking for that one. In my opinion, at least. Love Matthew, but he was
Why
looking for that
isn't
one.
Zach Cassian on Team Canada?
Because he's a bum who's bald and retired.
Kylan.
He's retired.
He is Kachuk's dad. I'm just saying, wouldn't you just bring in Kachuk just for one? Cassian for one thing?
He's retired.
You don't think Cassian would have come out of retirement to beat the shit out of Kachuk?
He has kids and brain damage.
You don't think he'd come out of retirement to beat the shit out of Matthew Kachuk? If
I
I'm Cassian,
wouldn't.
I would do that.
Would they let him back?
No, they wouldn't.
Like,
Because he has to be signed an NHL contract.
yeah.
Hey, Milan Lucic is another fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's not going to get picked up by an NHL team again for other reasons. But then again, Tony DeAngelo's already picked up, so maybe he has a chance to.
Lucic D'Angelo fight? That'd be fun.
Moving on, we're gonna move on.
I don't think Tony DeAngelo's much of a fighter.
Okay, actually, no, this is my last proposition for the All-Star break. We get the best Timbits players, Canada, USA.
Dude, just put Parker out there.
Yeah, dog.
He's the best Timbits player in the world.
Same
dog.
skill level.
Same skill level, dog.
Same skill level.
All right,
Yeah,
we're
dude.
gonna move
All right,
on.
all right.
Full
let's move
contact
it.
Timbits, I'll go in there.
Full contact Timbits would be
Moving
wild.
moving on.
Throw knees and
We're gonna
elbows.
move.
Chicken wings?
Yeah,
Speaking of injuries, we're
They're
gonna
wearing
move
a
on.
cage. It's okay.
Goodness gracious.
Just bang.
Good lord. Okay. Speaking of injuries, Thatcher Demko is back on the injured reserve list.
He is.
We've talked about my opinions on this podcast, very out there
I
about
know.
those.
Yeah.
Me and D-Dog have agreed on them. I want to hear your opinions, Parker, on where you think Thatcher Demko should go with his career. Medically, I'll say it again, I think he should medically retire purely for his knee. His career's not getting better, and if he's not consistent enough, I don't know. And if he's that bad with injury, if I'm Vancouver, I start taking a look when his contract's up at re-signing him if he's that bad injury-wise.
Yeah.
And wondering, okay, well, do I re-sign him? He has as much injury. I'm paying him. Because even injured Thatcher Demko is still worth $8 million.
Well, he's making 5.
Yeah, but even
yeah.
injured Thatcher Demko is going to want $8 million. And do you pay him $8 million to stay on the injured reserve and maybe be healthy?
Wow.
What do you think as a Canucks fan? What do you think is going to be for, and where do you think he should go with his career?
Well, it's tough, you know.
It's especially
because-
with how young he is.
Yeah, with how young he is, I don't think he's 30 yet, and it's a sad situation because you see how good Thatcher Demko can be. Like, he's a Vezina candidate. He finished.
If he's healthy.
What did he finish? 2nd or 3rd for Vezina voting when he missed 3 months of the season, right? And it's tough to see a guy like that get injured as often as he is now, and there is an argument for him medically retiring, but I think it depends on how long this injury lasts.
It's not going to go away, though.
Well, I mean, how long? Yeah, that's true.
It's never going to go
won't-
away.
it
It's
won't
always-
go away,
And it's
but-
going to get worse the more he plays.
But
It's that constant, even with all the padding there, it's like constant
But-
dropping on the knees.
he's not that kind of guy, though, to just medically retire, though, which is a bit concerning for his health.
But what I'm saying is he should be,
But-
because he's already going to need probably to replace his knee at some point.
Yeah, he probably should. Well, the only surgery that you can get for it, you have to like fully take off your kneecap and then
Yeah, they replace it.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. He might just have to change his play style, but
The issue is the
what
only
do you
way
think
can
about the
change it-
Lankinen deal?
I don't know.
That's what
The
I want to
Lankinen-
say. 'cause
I like the Lankinen.
And that's the
deal.
other thing I was thinking.
I like
with,
that.
With Demko, if he still stays injured for the remainder of his contract, how many more years do you have? Like 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, around.
I think
2
I
years.
think this is a bridge deal.
I think so.
No matter what, if you're Vancouver and you're looking through and you have Lankinen, who is a young goaltender,
Well, he's
he's about
I think he's older.
Nah, he's like 28.
older.
He's in his
older?
prime.
But you have a prime goaltender like that, and even
He's in his
someone,
prime and it's not even final form.
I know. But you have someone who's in his prime like that who can and has proven that he is a good goaltender in the NHL and is good enough to win you games and steal some games for you guys as long as you put a team in front of him. Which realistically in the NHL you don't need the all-star goaltender. That all-star goaltender helps a lot.
Yeah.
But as long as you have
a solid
as long as you
starter
have an
and backup
above average
option.
goaltender,
Yeah.
you will do well in the NHL.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the
Lankinen-
look at the Oilers for example. They have Stuart Skinner, who's just a barely above average goaltender, and they still went to the Cup final because again they had a team in front of them.
I'd argue Kevin Lankinen is better than Stuart Skinner too. So
Yeah, but I'm not getting that argument.
I know. Which means I think
and then you also look at someone else like you have. Yeah, he's been inconsistent so far, but like Shelovs, once he gets he has a potential.
he's still young.
Once he gets used to the NHL, he has a potential to be your next guy. So do you risk if Demko stays injured so long? Do you risk re-signing him at that high $8 million contract point?
I hope you
think-
know I'm gonna clip that Shelovs thing and then put the crap you said about him before. You know.
I think
He's not doing well this year.
No,
but
he's not, but-
he has potential for the future.
But I think the thing is,
No, it's
I
a
think
matter,
the exact quote
it's a
was
matter,
Arthur Shelovs lets more than a German hooker.
Yes, no, he does right now, but that's because he's so young and he's in the NHL and it's a big ass jump.
Yeah.
Just because he has potential, goaltenders have to live up to that potential. It's a matter of if he does or not. I'm saying he has that potential. It doesn't matter if doesn't mean he's going to necessarily live up to it.
That's fair.
well, I think that the best course of action would be because you do have a solid option in Lankinen, and you have that up and coming goaltender in Shelovs. You see where Thatcher Demko is when it's
kind of up and coming.
kind of up and coming. Well, it depends on the season.
Depending on the day, he could be down and coming, but
Well,
yeah.
again, I don't think you need
But-
an up and coming with this team. I think you're more in win now at this point.
yeah.
Like, how long has this rebuild been going on? What,
been going on for a
2016
while.
was the last time you guys made the playoffs before last year? Actually, 2020, but we're not
2019.
going to count it.
It was 2019, not 2020. I'm pretty sure.
Who'd you play in 2019?
That was when we lost to Vegas.
No, that was 2020. That was bubble. Was that the bubble?
2020? Was that?
I'll give you. Okay, but
I know
bubble
we
season
lost
was
to
a blip.
Vegas second round. and
Yeah,
that pissed me
baby.
the fuck
I'm gonna
off.
say the bubble season was a blip, right?
Yeah,
but like
yeah, it
before
didn't-
that,
it didn't count.
Whoa, he's saying the bubble season doesn't count.
No,
that
it
means
didn't
he's
count.
saying that his Stanley Cup run doesn't
Yeah.
count.
Bubble.
You
Bubble
heard it
season.
here first,
Bubble
folks.
season.
His
Bubble
Stanley
season.
Cup run did not
Bubble
count.
season.
Mickey Mouse Championship,
Bubble
baby.
season.
Mickey Mouse Stanley Cup Finals Championship, baby.
Bubble season.
Mickey
Not
Mouse.
the season where they actually played in their hometowns, because they did play in their hometowns, and we did have to go to a full crowd in Tampa and Vegas.
Mickey
Yes.
Mouse. Mickey Mouse.
We whooped your ass.
No, Fleury Soul. There's a difference.
Nah, we whooped your ass.
So speaking of the
Belt
Canucks
to
goaltenders,
ass.
Didn't whoop our ass.
Belt to ass.
I think that they see where Demko's at by the time he does have to re-sign, and then go from there. I don't think there's any really judging it until then.
That's fair.
But like my thought about the bubble season is you guys have been rebuilding since 2016. Let's be honest,
Yeah.
right? And you've only made the playoffs twice.
3 times.
Twice?
They made it 2 years in a row now. Last 2 years they made it.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. They made it. You
No,
made,
they
you,
didn't.
you made it in 23, didn't you?
Nope.
Oh, I thought you made it 23. My
Nope.
fault. Oh no, that was the year where you guys were shit until like February
yeah.
and then almost made it.
They
Yes.
were shit until February, and then
That was the
Pettersson
Boudreaux
decided to
season.
get like 80 points.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
40
yeah.
That was the
games.
Boudreaux season. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck, I love that guy.
yeah, that was the Bruce. There it
Big
is. That was a fun
Caboose
job.
Bruce, dude.
Big caboose, Bruce. What a
So,
goat.
like, frankly, it's either you tear it down or you're win now.
Yeah, which I think the
Win
only
now.
option is win now. The only option is win now.
It
With
also
the
depends.
roster that
Let's
we
be
have,
honest.
that's
If,
the only
if,
option.
if Thatcher Demko can be healthy enough to pull a Carey Price and try and push it through the playoffs,
Like, it's already depressing. You
He'll
guys
be-
have a generational talent in Quinn Hughes, and you guys have made the playoffs, what, twice with him?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it also depends if Thatcher Demko pulls a Carey Price and pushes through for playoffs and destroys his knee, so he's done for, which I could see Thatcher Demko doing, unfortunately.
I could see Thatcher Demko.
But
ruining
Carey
his life
Price
for
made
a
it to the
championship.
finals.
Yeah, okay.
I could see Demko.
Where is he-
ruining
where
his
is he
life for
now?
a championship. I could
Where's
see
your
it,
team
but-
now? Huh?
We got Lynn Hudson. We're fine.
You mean the
The
secondary assist merchant?
merchant. The guy who makes himself look busier than a construction worker.
Yeah, dude.
Dude would be perfect for construction. Makes himself look busy all the time, dude.
Oh, man. He's so good. He's going to be the future.
He can skate.
He's the next Quinn Hughes.
He can skate.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He is
Yeah.
not.
He's not the next
He's
Quinn Hughes.
not.
He can
He's gonna.
skate.
Okay, this is my hot take. He's gonna put up 100-point season in the next 5 years.
He can skate.
He can skate. He can do head fakes.
Yeah.
He's gonna put up 100-point season in the next 5 years.
What kind of crack are you smoking? Can I have some?
Doesn't he have 40 points already this season?
Probably, but how many other secondary assists? Is my
That's what I'm
question.
saying. He's gonna put up 100 points in the next 5 seasons. You can't tell me
Maybe
5 years from
100
now.
total.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
In 3 seasons.
no.
In the next 5 seasons, 100 total, yeah.
I think he's a
I can see
Zegras
that.
situation where he's going to have a breakout season and just fall off a cliff.
Start dating a TikTok girl.
Yeah.
He has 42 points in 57 games.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We're not saying that he's bad, but how many of those are secondary assists?
I can't check.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming like at least half of his assists.
At least 25 of those.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, you guys want to keep it rolling?
We could keep it rolling.
Yeah, we'll keep it rolling.
What else is there to talk about right now?
Well, there's a couple small things. You know, Ryan Hartman's suspension was reduced down to 8 games on appeal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you also said you wanted to talk about a hit.
Oh, Matt Rempe
Okay,
smoke.
I'm sorry. Most secondary assists, he's not even top 25. Nick Suzuki is ahead of him.
Oh, who's that? Do I see Josh Morrissey?
Where's Josh Morrissey? I probably did. No. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Josh Morrissey at 24.
Yeah.
The
like-
most secondary assist is Nathan McKinnon. That's the merchant right there.
I don't think
Yeah, Nathan
I don't
McKinnon's a
think
good
his
hockey
secondary
player.
assists are
So
really
is-
emergent.
Nathan
assists,
McKinnon's
though.
a good hockey player.
I'm sorry, man.
I think
This is
Nathan McKinnon's secondary assists are more like
live
tic-tac-toe
look at Lane Hudson's hockey play.
plays. Dude just having a seizure.
Dude looks like he is having a seizure or freaking Tourette's tics or something. I don't know,
of
man.
Them, 20 of them is secondary assists.
And how many assists does he have?
He has 36.
36,
He
and
has
most
16
of them are
most
secondary.
first assists.
Okay, but like in his defense, you look at a guy like Evan Bouchard who has 28 secondary assists.
Yeah,
in
but
the
We're
that's
not
season.
saying Evan
Bouchard,
Bouchard's
dude.
good. We're saying that Lane Hudson's not gonna get 100 points because no offense, your Canadians are not going anywhere. You guys are gonna have to rebuild again because you guys can't find a consistent goaltender for your life. You
We're
guys
gonna get
can't-
one.
We're gonna get one eventually. It's
Yeah.
coming, guys.
Quinn
It's coming.
Hughes has 13 primary assists, 23 secondary assists.
Yeah, but have you seen
He's
his secondary
been injured.
assists?
Yes, have you seen Lane Hudson's secondary assists?
Yeah, but Quinn Hughes also doesn't look like a.
It's way easier to score on Vancouver than Montreal.
Lane Hudson's secondary assists are like goalie secondary assists.
Yeah.
All right?
Man, you guys hate
Quinn
me
Hughes is a
so
playmaker.
hard right
Like,
You
now.
guys- the other difference is that Quinn Hughes doesn't look like an idiot when he's skating.
Yeah.
Well, people fall for them. It works.
Quinn Hughes' secondary assists are breakout passes. Lane
it
Hudson's
will-
are like tapped to somebody next
It
to
will.
him.
And
And
work.
everybody else does all the
I'm
work.
calling it right now. Lane Hudson's skating style will work for 1 or 2 seasons, then people are gonna start predicting the way he moves because he moves like a dumbass.
He's gonna get
and he's gonna get.
ran through.
Have you guys
He's gonna
heard
get
like Macklin
killed.
Pellegrini saying
Dude,
how
dude.
like incredible he is?
Dude, I can't wait to see the open ice hit compilations on Lane Hudson, dude. I
No.
can't wait to see
In all-
Brady
in all-
Tkachuk just toss
in all-
him.
in
Hey,
all
it worked for
serious-
PK Subban. He was a North winner.
PK Subban only shot behind the blue line.
Where is he now?
Well, he retired early, but that's his choice. He could have continued playing.
Yeah, because he got ran out of his hometown by having sex with his captain's wife.
Hometown. He's from Toronto.
Not hometown, but his first team.
I feel bad for him being from Toronto.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not to mention he went. Then he went to Montreal and then slept with his captain's wife and he got ran out of there. Like holy crap.
Imagine being from Vancouver, though.
He's not from Vancouver.
I know, but Vancouver still sucks.
I'm not from Vancouver though.
Yeah, Vancouver still sucks, though.
I don't
Imagine
think it's
cheering
that
for
bad.
the team that's in the province that doesn't want to be part of our country.
Yeah.
Hey, look, they were very proud Canadians now. Now,
Yeah, the only time
Now.
you will ever like people are sitting there like that was the other thing. Americans like you guys booed our anthem and everyone else is like, dude, we do not accept the French ones. No, we do.
we love our Frenchies.
We love Quebec.
Even though Kylan hates French people for some reason.
I don't hate French people. I like
Yeah, you
making
do.
jokes about that,
Yeah.
but I don't.
It's insane, man. It's absolutely insane. All right, Kylan, do you have another topic going on? Or?
I do. But first, I gotta say this: we do like Quebec. We are making all jokes. This is a comedy podcast. This is a comedy podcast.
No, Kylan just hates French people.
This is a comedy podcast, my
Yeah.
friend.
We feel like
We feel
Some
we
of
have to start
us may
saying
have
this.
crossed some lines on this podcast.
Sometimes.
Some of us.
And,
Sometimes.
and
This we have to
need to make
clarify.
sure. We need to clarify everything is just jokes.
We
Nothing
we are
should be taken
bums
seriously.
who have not gone anywhere in hockey, who are screaming on here and talking shit for comedic purposes. We are not serious about anything.
No.
Yeah.
Please clip this, Ali,
Yeah.
I will. Yeah,
We
I'll
get-
make sure.
and we'll pin it.
Yeah.
Now
We got 90,000 views of hate comments. So
That's crazy.
I
dude.
don't care the
We
hate
should just-
comments. I just want to make sure people don't go back to this and be like, "Hey, these guys are dumb," and I'm like, "Yeah, what's a joke?"
You're about to say something there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's move
moving
it.
on. There was the couple sort of small topics. First one, there was the Rempe back at it again with another hit.
Yeah, I haven't
it was
seen
a
that
it was a
hit.
back blindside sort of, but he hit shoulder on shoulder. So the way the guy went into the board to his head first. I'll show it to you
Nice.
real quick. I don't think he should have made the hit. I don't think it's a clean hit because it was shoulder on shoulder.
Wait,
a
the
lot of
Heiskanen
hits he
one?
makes. He
not the high skin one.
Oh, Gresslick.
Yeah.
Oh, don't want to do that. Gotta love the Bumble ads, man.
What was it? What was it?
Ali, you're on Bumble.
No, I'm not. I'm just seeing the ads.
All right, here, Parker. Here you go. Like it's not an. Well,
Oh, is that a fucking Bumble?
it's a Bumble ad.
Dude, Bumble's been going crazy recently.
Remains down. Rempe heading. Oh, huge hit from Matt Rempe on Matt.
I don't think that guy shows it.
Got a lot coming up.
All right, Colin, do you want to just
Here
keep
it
it
is.
rolling though?
Here it is. I got it. Watch this.
Oh,
It was shoulder on shoulder, but it's
yeah.
the position
like
he was
this.
in. It's
He
just
shouldn't have gone for it.
no. It was shoulder on shoulder, but it was just a.
Like that.
It
It
was.
was a clean hit, but it was a dumb hit.
It was originally assessed a 5 minute in a game.
He's already gotten 8 this year for Heiskanen, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was originally assessed a 5-minute game, but then was later reviewed and brought down to a 2 because of the shoulder contact. It was just an awkward way it went in. I don't see the point. He didn't need to make that hit. Is all I was gonna say.
Ooh, I mean, you kept your head down. I don't know.
No, it was the guy put himself in a bad position, but. As a big guy like that, big guy, small guy, even if it's shoulder on shoulder, you have, and especially in the NHL, you have to recognize, like even in junior C, the bum league I play in, I recognize when a guy's put himself in a bad situation, and you have to let up a little bit. You can't go full bore like that through him.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's necessarily a bad play. Yeah, maybe a 2-minute penalty. Not because it's a dangerous play, but it's not because it's a inherently super dirty play. It's just because you gotta have more respect for the players on the ice, even if you dislike them. You gotta everyone's watching out for everyone's safety and when you're on the ice, because half the time the refs don't do anything about it. So you gotta watch out for your own safety. And if someone puts themselves in a bad position, even if it's an accident like that, where the puck's in their feet, they're looking down, they're that close. Whoa up. I'm not saying don't make contact, just whoa up a little bit, and maybe rather than just smoking him shoulder to shoulder, whoa up a little bit and use your body position and just pin him against the wall.
So are we thinking 2 games?
He's not going to suspend at all. He got a 2-minute.
Oh, okay.
It was originally 5 minutes. It was originally assessed 5 minutes, and then it was reviewed to a 2 by Toronto. But what I'm saying is, rather than going in for the full hit there, whoa up a little bit. Just come in, glide in a little bit, slow down, take him and pin him rather than trying to blow him up there. It's a little safer play, and you had a guy there, so you can still get the puck. It's just, it's one of those unfortunate bad positions.
Hockey, it's Matt Rempe. We already got enough hate from shitting on Matt Rempe.
It's just so
Guy accidentally played hockey.
once.
All right.
Okay.
You want to end it off with our big segment?
Yes. It's time
big segment.
for
A humongous segment, if you want to.
a humongous segment, to be exact. It's time for our Sleepinator hot takes.
Oh God, I have to do hot takes.
Yeah, it's your
Okay.
day.
It's my day.
It's your day for hot takes.
What's
Okay.
my hot
Even though I
take?
probably gave the best hot take today.
So I have to say something controversial here.
Well, it's something that you believe that's controversial. I already know one you're going to say.
What's that?
Do you want me to say it, or you want to say it? Quinn Hughes is the best defenseman in the world. That is your first hot take.
I do think Quinn Hughes is the
Is that a
best
hot
defenseman.
take, though?
I do think he's the best defenseman in the NHL by far.
I'd go Kale.
Well, not by
Kale.
far. Not by far. I believe it's close between him and Cale
Kale's
McCarr.
better.
But I believe that Quinn Hughes is better.
I think it's Kale and Quinn, and they're on their tier of their
Because
own,
when I
right?
evaluate
And then you have
a defenseman, I evaluate all around game, and
So
I
do
think
I.
Quinn Hughes has a more solid defensive game than Cale McCarr does.
I disagree. After the Four Nations, especially, I disagree with that.
yeah.
I mean,
I've been saying.
that's fair. That's your opinion.
It's
Fuck your opinion.
It's the right opinion.
It's Quinn Hughes is better. So
Quinn Hughes is going to fall off a cliff in the next couple seasons. We'll call it.
you
I
think
agree.
so?
All right.
You don't even believe that.
No.
You don't even believe
okay,
that.
continue with
No,
your hot takes.
yeah, Quinn Hughes is the best defenseman.
It's just wrong.
Thatcher Demko will return and be fine.
That's even more wrong.
He'll return. He'll be fine.
He'll never be
He'll
fine
be back
again.
to Vesna form.
Yeah, he'll tough it out.
He'll never.
He'll tough it out.
Won't happen again. It's the way his injury works. No matter what he does, he will never be back to Vesna form.
Yeah. No, I don't really have
Unless
any
he
hot
switches
takes,
to
if I'm
Jimmy
being
Craig,
honest.
to peak Jimmy Craig Team USA miracle and do stand-up style goaltending and turn to Hasek and stuff.
I don't really have any like hot takes, if I'm being honest. Like,
Really?
I don't have any really controversial opinions at the moment.
What? You have so many controversial opinions.
That I can say on this podcast. No, we're all jokes. But no, I don't think I have any hot takes right now with the NHL. Besides that, Brady Tkachuk actually played good hockey in the Four Nations face-off.
It's not hot take, it's just facts.
Yeah.
It's just
All right.
facts.
Do you want to wrap it up there?
Yeah,
sure. we could. Yeah.
So we hope you guys have a great week. We're gonna be back either Friday or
I think
next
we'll be
week.
good for Friday.
We'll
Good for
figure
Friday?
We'll figure it out.
Probably, yeah.
Hope you guys have a great day, and have a good one. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Go Canada, baby.
Go fuck you, Parker.